And we'll see what old Bruce has to say. Here we go.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another
shit.
episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts, CLR Bruce Rivers. I am Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer, where I actually don't do just this. I love doing this, but I actually go across the street to the courthouse and try cases. Now, today we are reacting to post-verdict shenanigans by the Amber Heard team.
Board-certified, yeah.
Now, notice there was just one brief statement from the Johnny Depp team. Just thanking everybody, and and it was very short, very sweet, and that's it. You haven't seen them make the rounds on the talk show circuit. They may or may not, but I think here's the problem that Amber Heard's team has. They're going forward and making statements that she's a domestic abuse victim, and they don't have a verdict to support that. But let's kind of watch what Elaine had to say, and then I'll react to it on the other side of it.
A Virginia jury's decision to side with Johnny Depp in his defamation lawsuit is drawing both condemnation and praise. The verdict came after 6 weeks of very dramatic testimony from both sides. She claimed that he abused her, while he said she was the abuser. In his reaction, Depp wrote, "The goal of bringing the case was to reveal the truth, and that truth never perishes."
I've had a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people talk about this notion that this has set the women's movement back, or the Me Too movement.
That's what I've said, yeah.
The light of day is not going to put any movement back. Facts are what rule the day. And if a woman is to be believed, which they should be believed, but it should withstand scrutiny.
Exactly.
And the facts got in the way of Amber Heard.
Elaine Charles,
don't you hate it whenever that happens?
For Amber Heard, and is with us.
Isn't
now.
that awful?
We did also reach out to Johnny Depp's team, but they declined to be interviewed this morning. Elaine, thank you. We're so very glad you're here.
Thank you.
We heard Amber's reaction to the verdict yesterday. This seems to be a huge victory for Johnny Depp this morning.
Yeah, a major setback for women, for women in
bullshit.
Inside the courtroom and outside.
Exactly.
The courtroom. Because basically what this said, Amber had an enormous amount of evidence, although a lot of it was suppressed in this case as opposed to the UK. But look at all the women who have no evidence.
So Amber Heard had a lot of evidence. She didn't have any photographs of any injuries. And there were
she did have the photographs, it's just that they were fucking fake. Like, nobody believed them to be real. That's why. Yeah, she did have them. Like, it was there. It just was bad. One of them was literally photoshopped.
Rebuttal witnesses who completely contradicted her. And in fact, she didn't have really hardly any witnesses that corroborated her to a degree that she was discredited on rebuttal.
Her evidence is literally dog shit.
Who suffer from domestic violence, domestic abuse.
Actually, right, yeah.
They don't have evidence. And basically what this jury said is, unless you pull out your cell phone and you tape record your spouse beating you.
That isn't what they said. There were so many things that were absolutely provably false.
Yeah.
And I think that's, remember what I said a while back?
Yeah, people saw it was fake.
Falso and omnibus. If you're lying about one thing,
exactly.
You're lying about everything. That's the credibility of a witness.
You're out of luck.
But Elaine, I think it was bigger than that, because you had the evidence, as you say, but they did not believe her. Why do you think they did not believe her?
I
wonder why.
A lot of that was that it was Johnny Depp.
Not the facts of the case. No. It couldn't be that they shoved a bunch of rebuttal witnesses up her ass and completely contradicted her with facts. It has nothing to do with Johnny Depp.
That's a good way to say it.
Why weren't there? She goes to the courthouse with a bruise on her face, supposedly. 6 days after she had seen him, with no makeup on.
Oh my god!
And she didn't set that up. She set that.
Of course she did.
I think the celebrities.
And that's the thing. And the funny thing about it is that, like, people don't buy into Sky is Green anymore. They're not buying into it. They're like, no, it's not. We know it's not. Shut up. That's what the difference is. Yeah. And that's what I think is so fucking funny about this whole thing. Is it like, people get told a lie right to their fucking face, and for once, people decide, you know what? I don't believe it. Thank God. Right-wingers are? Yeah. You know what right-wingers think? Left-wingers are. Please. Please. Stupidity, no side of the political spectrum has a monopoly on being stupid, okay?
But she's a celebrity too.
And it's not only not
she's
her.
she's a celebrity too.
Right.
Here's the problem.
Trial gave
You're
people
on
some
this
critical
losing
thinking
side.
skills. Yeah.
To be honest with you, nothing can be gained by her making this appearance on TV, honestly.
That's what I said, yeah. It was stupid.
You know, I think it was smart for the Depp team to decline
To not talk about it.
and not be public about this.
Yeah.
I'm sure Johnny Depp says, I don't want this. I don't want you to trash her. I don't want you to say anything about her. And now you've
Well,
got...
of course he wouldn't, right? Because he just tried to get over a defamation case for that woman. Like, he doesn't want to have anything to do with her. Yeah, he wants to fucking move on with his life. He doesn't want her to bring a new suit or something like that. No way. That's the last thing he wanted.
Kind of going...
He's got to pay her
ham
$2 million
on
for one of those.
Johnny Depp.
But you have to remember, it's a tale of two trials. All the evidence came in the UK. Mr. Depp brought that one. The burden of proof was on the son in the UK because they had called him a wife beater and talked about the domestic violence.
Please pause this shit.
See, in the UK, Amber Heard wasn't a defendant. So
That's exactly what I said.
It's not really analogous at all.
He had his up.
I feel so fucking validated that the fucking criminal defense lawyer is saying the same shit that I said. It's like, yes, I fucking knew it. I knew this was bullshit. Yeah, there you go. I'm so happy.
Opportunity to tell the truth then.
Oh my God, yeah, board certified.
And the 3-week trial, he lost.
like, yeah, I was
the judge
right about
found
this.
12 acts of domestic violence, including sexual violence. And that came out November 2, 2020. We weren't allowed to tell the jury that.
Well, it's a different system, and the judge, it wasn't a jury, it was a judge. The judge said it was substantial.
And it's a completely different set of facts in terms of, you know, you've got a different parties. And whatever that verdict over there was has no bearing on what the jury is going to consider in this case.
True, and that is significant, and I think surprised a lot of legal analysts. But you know, in this case, the jury not only didn't believe Amber Heard, but in ruling that she acted with actual malice, that means she had the intent to cause harm, right? That's
Obviously
a pretty high
she was.
standard to have proven.
And it's pretty amazing since the op-ed never even mentioned Mr. Depp. You have
Please
to remember
pause
that.
it.
What
Please
they
pause.
learned from the UK case.
You knew he was gonna pause. He's like, okay. It's like he's like, all right. Just give me a second. Let's pause this real quick. Oh my
Never
God.
even mentioned Mr. Depp. But didn't Amber Heard, in her testimony, she said
that
it was about him.
Yeah.
And then the jury believed her when she said that.
They sure did. Isn't it funny
It's
how
to
these
demonize Amber.
Bro, isn't it so crazy how, like, I cannot believe that the team let Elaine, this woman, go on and do this. It was so dumb. What is this?
Which is what they did, and to try to suppress as much of the evidence that came in the UK and did not come in the United States. But the other problem is we had
Everything's
cameras
being
in
suppressed.
the courtroom. So here we had, not only did
It's everybody's fault but mine.
we have a
I said that shit too.
group of Depp fans that were there every day.
Oh.
100 were allowed in. They lined up at 1 o'clock in the morning
This
for
is
their
stuff that I said was
wristbands
cringe.
to be in that courtroom. But we had everything on camera, and we had tremendous social media that was very, very, very much against Amber.
It
Very
was pointed out that that was the first time that a victim of sexual abuse had to testify on live television.
And I fought hard and lost that battle. It should not have happened.
No, you didn't.
Most laws about cameras in the courtroom, if one party wants them in, they come in.
So I am a former NFL player.
Here it goes.
And after a hard loss, it's easy to wake up and point to the other side. Oftentimes,
I can't get over how diplomatic this was. I honestly can't. Like I can't get over like how well this was stated.
realized the better thing to do was
Oh
to look in
my
the mirror.
God.
What mistakes did I make as a player? What mistakes did our coaching staff make? And then how can we improve from there? Do you feel like you guys made any mistakes along the way? Do you feel like Amber made a mistake while she was on the stand? Because you're saying it's the celebrity, it's Johnny, it's the people who support him. But what about you and your team?
Now that is an excellent point. And the thing
Sure
about it
is.
is, it's really hard for somebody who charges about $6 million to defend Amber Heard to say they made a mistake. And
That would be a pretty expensive mistake. I mean, that would be a pretty bad one. You know what I mean, guys? I mean, shit. 6 million? Well, it's 6 million in total, right? It's not like just this, like the court, like, and you got to remember, like, this shit happened like years ago, right? So it's been building for a long time.
you sit there, if she's not going to self-snitch. I mean, that's just not what she's going to do.
Well, and that's an excellent question. And to say, and you know, Amber.
One thing to notice is that whenever a politician does this too, is they say that's an excellent question or that's a really good point. Whenever they're questioned on something, and it gives them time to think about their answer without allowing them to pause and look like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You do it too? Yeah, of course. Because it works. Yeah, it works. Like, yeah, why do you think every game makes loot boxes? It's because they work. It's a good point.
Even said on the stand, I am not perfect.
Okay, let's blame Amber.
I am a human being. These people were giving her death threats.
Yeah.
They threatened to microwave her baby. This is the kind of social media she was getting.
So microwaving the baby is why you lost the case. That's something you did wrong?
So our
Oh, look at that. Bro, absolutely no chill from Bruce. Bruce just doesn't give a fuck. Like, yeah, it's like he just makes that sound, and he makes it sound so stupid, too.
any of us perfect? No. Is there something else we feel we should have done? Yes, I absolutely. I always redo my closings 100 times afterwards, whether I win or lose. That's part of
bet you do.
being a good lawyer, a good trial lawyer is.
Right.
Bullshit. I don't redo my closing 100 times. If you literally redid your closing 100 times, guess what? You're indecisive and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Pardon my French.
There's
That's a really good point. Like, that actually is a really, really good point. Yeah. It's like if you got to redo this 100 times, yeah. Wow. Fuck, man.
always something. But I think that there were a lot of influences here that were beyond our control. And I think the social media, it was like a Roman Colosseum. Is the best way to describe the atmosphere here. And I have to believe that the jury, even
Bread
though
and
they're
circuses.
told not to go and look at anything, we had, you know, they have
So
The
now
jury
it's
was
the jury's
lying.
fault.
Yeah.
They're looking at social media.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It's everybody's
so
fault
it's
but
the
hers.
judge, it's
Yep.
it's Amber's imperfect.
The jury
she's pointing
is
any
rigged.
fingers back at herself.
Yeah, of course.
weekends, they
Everybody
have families,
else.
they have
Yeah, they were
social
not
media.
sequestered. They were not sequestered.
And the 10-day period we had, how could they not have been influenced?
But Elaine, for most
Oh,
people
of
watching this
course.
trial, and a lot of people, as you know, it got huge views. It just seemed to be
Hi.
it seemed to be so messy and salacious and so tawdry on both sides. On both sides. And I think for a lot of people from the outside looking in thought both of them were not telling the truth and that they had they mutually abused each other. Do you not believe that that was the case?
No, and that's one of the many misnomers.
Please-
the way that
please
Depp's
pause
team
it.
approached this was based on
Please
ignorance
pause it.
of domestic violence.
The way the Depp team approaches is to kick your ass.
It completely ignored the cycle of
Oh my
violence and
God.
just said, oh, she wouldn't have done this if he had been
He
hitting
just
her."
doesn't
That
even
was their
care.
So you
approach.
thought that they weren't fighting?
Oh my God.
Correct. I don't think they
You
were
love
fighting
it.
fair.
And you think
Objection. Objection. Objection.
Have you ever?
I'm trying here, Judge. I'm trying. I mean, what the hell?
What if
Amber
any?
Heard is in fact a survivor of domestic violence?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I absolutely believe that, and there's a tremendous amount of evidence.
The problem is she could run into some defamation problems herself.
Much of which did not come into this trial, did come into the UK trial. We even had more evidence. We had medical.
That's what I was thinking that too. Like I said, this is like how, like I don't feel like this is a good idea to go on and say the jury was rigged. Like I don't know. I feel like it's a bad idea. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
records. We had mental health records that
The
went
Elaine
back to
statements.
2012
Oh my
that
God.
were contemporaneous. We had text messages from Mr. Depp's assistant saying, "When I told him that he had kicked you, he cried."
So how
That
is
didn't
she
course.
come
today,
in.
Elaine? How is she today? What is her
heartbroken.
next move?
She's right. Well, her next move is appeal. There were
But
a
she's
number.
heartbroken.
She is.
She ain't gonna appeal it. She's worth what? -8 million.
He wrote the article.
She's donated 7 million synonymously with pledged to a couple charities.
So she
And,
didn't.
now she owes 8.3. So she's worth the -8 million and net worth. And so is she going to have to now put a bond up? She's going to have to put a bond up for at least 10 million plus.
Oh yeah.
That's the amount of the judgment plus attorney's fees.
Is heartbroken. And one of the first things that she said when she came back from the verdict, when we went into the conference room, was, "I am so sorry to all these women." That's
She said that?
Bro, then everybody stood up and clapped. Like, whenever she said that, like, that was, in my opinion, the fucking... Yeah, and what was her real name? Albert Einstein. Holy fuck. Like, what? Oh my God, man.
Yes, she felt like she had let down all of these women.
Yeah.
Because she had.
Well, she did because she
Yes,
used
she did.
the fake domestic abuse to further her ends.
had more evidence than most people do, and yet they still didn't believe her.
Elaine Charleston, Bretta Hoff, thank
Thunder
you so
for
much.
more
So
content.
that's her on the
a
ABC
good idea.
morning show. Let's just take a glimpse. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let's
This was
see
short.
what happens with her on the Today Show.
Amber Heard's attorney, Elaine Charleston, Bretta Hoff, good morning to you. First question,
This
how is
one was
Amber
even
doing?
dumber.
We saw her hearing that verdict.
This
It
one
took
was
a long
even
time
worse.
to read. It was a sweeping verdict for Johnny Depp. How did she handle it?
You know, one of the first things she said is, "I am so
Gee, it sounds similar to what she just said. I mean, this is going to be word for word.
sorry
Yep.
to all those women out there. This is a setback."
It's like he's
for
getting
all women
fucking
in and
annoyed.
outside the courtroom. And
That's the best
she
thing about
feels-
it.
She feels
Yeah, it's on the
burden of
script.
that.
Well, knowing the
Well,
case,
she said the same thing about the Roman Colosseum and the tale of two trials. She clearly went into this with talking points. You know what I mean? And like, this is not clearly a bad thing, but it does remove certain levels of like authenticity to it as well. Like, she used all of those lines before.
knowing the law as you certainly do, frankly, it favors defendants
Mm-hmm.
like Amber Heard. Are you stunned that the
point.
jury essentially rejected her story?
Well, you know, really what happened here is it's a tale of two trials.
Sounds similar?
Johnny Depp
Yeah, it
brought
does.
a suit in the UK
Sure does.
for the same case. And
It isn't the same case. It is not the same case.
Mm-hmm.
It was a case against a newspaper.
the burden of proof was easier
I
for
didn't
him
think
there.
about it.
The
She said it
son
was the
had
same
to
case.
actually prove that it was true.
Yeah.
And the court found there, and we weren't allowed to tell the jury this, but the court found
formats
that
for sound
Mr.
bites?
Depp
Yeah,
had
true.
committed at least 12 acts of domestic violence,
Holy
including
shit,
sexual
man.
violence.
Totally different process there. Totally different standard. And you only have one fact finder, and that is the judge in that case.
Against Amber.
Uh-huh.
So what did Depp's team learn from this?
one of the Wayne
Demonize
trying to
Amber
repair her
and
reputation.
suppress the evidence.
Yeah, I think she's
In other
doing the
words,
opposite.
challenge the facts.
Yeah.
We had an enormous amount of evidence that was.
So I'm not going to play the rest of it, but
Yeah, it's just
you
cut
get
it
the
right
gist.
there.
I don't think it's wise for
It was stupid, yeah.
Elaine to go on these shows. I mean,
It was really stupid for her to go on these shows. I hope she keeps doing it. Yeah, I really hope she keeps doing it. Like, you know, just because, like, you know, my YouTube editors are probably so happy that they're like, oh, we can make another clip for this again. Great. Like, yeah, this is going to be great content. Like, yeah, please, Elaine, please keep going on more shows and talking about this. It's going to be great. Yeah, please just keep going. Like, let's get the appeal going, all right? Yeah, come on. Yeah, mega content.
You're the losing side, and you're not taking
Oh
any
my
responsibility for losing. And everybody has a problem except for you.
Of course.
This is the jury's problem.
Yes.
It's the judge's problem. It's
Absolutely.
It's the Depp team. It's you got your ass kicked, and you know
Yeah.
guess what you do when you get your ass kicked? Because I've gotten my ass kicked many times. you shut the fuck up and you just kind of move along your way.
Yeah,
you know, and you go on to the next case.
It's the way it goes.
I really doubt that Amber Heard is going to appeal this. So
I don't think so either.
This has just been a little bit of a lane. And one other issue came up. A TikToker is claiming to be a juror and said that most of the people...
I wouldn't take that seriously. Apparently there was some guy on YouTube took, I guess, like an interview from Johnny Depp and said that he was answering questions live, and the video had like 40,000 viewers, and he was scamming people with crypto. And people were coming into my chat yesterday whenever I was on my alt stream, and they were like, hey man, aren't you watching this Johnny Depp thing? Or dude, he's answering questions right now. What are you doing, man? You've got to watch it. And it's like, I'm sorry, man, but if you get finessed by that, Elon Musk is online right now. He says if I give him 1 Bitcoin, he's going to give me 2 Bitcoins. I already gave him 3. I'm going to be rich. Like, how can you be so dumb? I don't understand. Like, how can he be so fucking stupid? It's incredible.
On the jury wanted to give him the $50 million that he was asking for, 2 holdouts, and so they compromised. And that's what I thought all along. I thought they did prove their damages pretty well, but the $2 million for Amber and the $15 million for Johnny Depp, that seemed like a compromise verdict to me.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
Compromise is something that happens all the time with these verdicts.
Yeah, you only have to pay $8
this
million.
This has been Criminal Lawyer Reacts, reacting to the post-trial shenanigans on the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case. So we'll see you next time. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter.
Oh, man.
Sign up
Let
for
me
Patreon
link this to you guys.
Spread the word. Stop your self-snitching. Bruce Rivers, Criminal Lawyer Reacts. We'll see you next time.
Oh my God. I'm so glad to see this shit. There it is. There it is. There's a video. Give all Bruce some support, man. This is amazing, man. All right, guys. Judge Janine talking about Amber's appeal. All right, we'll watch this one. Yeah, I guess we'll watch a couple of these.
To appeal. I don't know what she's going to appeal about. This attorney is talking about the fact that there was evidence admitted that shouldn't have been admitted. Let's hope she made a record for appeal. But one of the things she's complaining about is the social media and how that influenced the jury. Well, every jury is informed that they cannot consider newspapers or what people say or social media.
I don't know why these videos are so bad quality.
What their verdict is going to be. I suspect that she'll appeal. I don't know if she has the money to appeal.
Probably
but at
not.
the same time, if she doesn't have the money, any future wages she gets will be garnished. There's a
what I find to be
against her,
funny
so
about this is, like, what's the logic here? That social media influenced the outcome of the thing, and so we want to appeal? Well, what are you going to get? Are you going to get these, these like islanders on these uncontacted tribes to make a vote on whether you're guilty or not? Because everybody now, they're not even under the requirement to not pay attention to social media. So they've already seen everything. So what's the logic here? Social media impacted the trial, so I want a retrial. Well, then why do you think social media wouldn't have already impacted the trial? Because anybody who would have had an opinion about this in the first place, well, like, what's this here? Lying-ass bitch. Bro, that's true, but you gotta stop spamming. Shut the fuck up. Quit fucking spamming. It's a massive paragraph. You just type lying-ass bitch once. You don't have to do it 15 times. Wait, you see it doesn't make any fucking sense? Because, like, people right now are going to be consuming the social media, so they're going to contextualize the entire fucking next trial by social media, by her own logic.
Legitimate judgment. If there is an appeal, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't necessarily mean if she wins that there'll be a new trial. I think the evidence was overwhelming on the part of Johnny Depp. The
it sure
plaintiff
was.
In this case, she was overwhelmingly seen as a liar and not a credible witness.
That's what the guy in chat said.
And in the end, I think that, it's kind of interesting that she says I don't have money when she just bought a house.
Right.
She just insisted on living in 3 penthouses she and her girlfriends that Johnny Depp owns.
Of course.
She was a taker, and we'll see what happens.
Good.
But what she did The one thing that she did was she hurt battered women. She hurt the women coming forward. And, you know, she talks about how, you know, that she felt the wrath of society. No.
Damn right you did.
You created a wrath that wasn't there because you tried to ride on the wings of battered women.
That's about right. I like that. Exactly. All of our witnesses were based on what Amber told them. Yeah, of course it was. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad to see that. Fucking, that's a, mic drop. There you go. When even Fox is on your side. Yeah, yeah, really. It's just funny to see that because everybody just fucking thinks that. Everybody believes that. Like, people, and the thing is, like, you see some people still trying to, like, play this off as it was some kind of, like, fucking, oh, it's like misogyny, oh, they hate women or whatever. But, like, that's going away. Like, that opinion, the way those people are trying to use that argumentation, it's just, that's going away. And it's done.